All right, you're listening to Those Not So Super Dudes, a place where we talk about any and all things comics. I'm Jordan Smith.
I'm Alec McCam.
What? You got to be on the computer? Oh, sorry. I'm Chris White.
What is happening?
Well, she needs to be on the computer for work, and I didn't realize that.
Are you? So you have to leave?
No, hold on. Well, yes.
You have more than one computer. You're gonna use your
He's
phone.
gotta at least leave the room.
Yeah.
What is that? Is someone cobbling your house?
I guess. I have no idea.
It sounds like some of these.
Someone's in there. He's got little elves in the wall.
I don't have an upstairs. I don't know what they're doing.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you guys are in an apartment.
Yes. People walking. You can go ahead.
I mean, it definitely looks nicer than the last one you lived in.
We're having fun just watching you do stuff, Chester.
Yeah. Our listeners are just like, what happened?
Yeah, I got kicked out of the office. That's what happened.
All right.
That's right. Tail between the legs.
This is good to see you guys. I don't remember the last episode we actually all did together. Do you?
Oh,
I want to say it was. Well, was it just you and me with Tristan and Jacob, or was Chris there?
Maybe.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But I mean, like just the three of us.
Just the three of us. I don't remember.
I don't either. It's been a long time.
I don't remember even what had come out. We gotta start seeing each other more.
We probably
we gotta do that
because I feel like this conversation happened last time.
We're trying to make sure we're putting out like steady episodes because there was a good like month or two there. It was like an episode a month or something like that.
It just creates an air of mystery. Are they still together? Do they hate
Right, it's like, where did they go?
Yeah.
For like the two people that might actually care.
Look, they're all in like India or Russia.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're not here.
They're in
a
Russia?
lot of our listenership comes from out of the country. I forget.
Really?
Where.
Hagerstown doesn't listen to us?
I mean, maybe.
Probably.
Possible. I've had a couple people be like, I found, some of your episodes. They're really good. I'm like, which ones? And then they show me like our old logo. And I'm like, that's the fucking Castbox FM website. And I'm like, how the fuck did you find that?
That was top marks there.
Yeah, it was. It was early days.
That was
OG fans.
OG fans. Yeah.
That was before you too.
Yeah.
I think we had already moved over to Spotify or something when you came.
We might have been on what's the fucking my brain wants to say Audible.
Anchor.
It's not Audible.
We were on Anchor.
Anchor. Yeah, we were on Anchor.
Spotify bought it.
Yeah. All right. So we're talking Superman today. I've been really excited about this one.
Yes. And I'm not going to badmouth it nearly as much as I thought I was, but I am still going to say some things.
That's okay. We figured you would.
I think I might be the Debbie Downer today.
The Debbie Downer today. Well, I'll kick it off just by saying I saw it twice, and I really loved it. And I have had a lot of conversations with other people where they're still like, they enjoy Man of Steel more, and I get that. For me, this was just true like golden age Superman, and it gave me all the things that I remember watching of Superman as like a kid, especially like animated. He didn't like really curse or anything. He said things like "gosh darn it" and all. Just the way he was raised by Mom and Pa Kent. He wanted to be more friendly around kids so they weren't scared of him. He does things for the right reasons, and I don't know. A lot of the narrative I just thoroughly enjoyed. It had very much felt like I was watching a comic book, like somebody laid out a comic book in front of me and just kind of, started just reading it aloud and telling me and just kind of painting a word picture, if that makes sense. But yeah, no, I thoroughly loved it. What is that on your head, sir?
I'm trying to get a headset because I'm getting yelled at.
You're getting out? Oh, is it too loud?
Oh, precious
Sorry,
girl.
Sarah.
No, you're fine. I was up. It's my fault. I just can't have a lot of background noise. But let's push.
All right. Well, the headphones aren't working, so.
How do the headphones not work? Wait, oh, you mean like they're actually physically not
They
working?
physically will not work. Yeah.
I was about to be like, how sensitive are your wife's ears?
Very sensitive.
She's daredevil. All right, so you go ahead. You hit us. You liked the comic book esque.
I did. It felt very much just like somebody had put a comic book in front of me and just turned it straight up into a movie, and it was really awesome. I enjoyed that the color tones were a lot lighter. I actually watched not all of, but a good chunk of Man of Steel the other day because it was on at Jen's parents' house, and like in my head, I'm like comparing just because I'd seen Superman recently, and I still really like Man of Steel. Like it's still a solid movie, but for me, I think this felt much more like the Superman that we kind of grew up with. You know, it felt even closer to like Tom Welling in a sense, just the way that he viewed things. You know, he did things because he felt like they were for the right reasons, not because he needed to go through the right channels or anything like that. And even when and I'm still thinking about Smallville, even when he joined up with like everybody else through Watchtower and all that, he still did like his own thing. So it felt very true to me. And I personally love that. I love everybody that they cast for the Daily Planet too, honestly. What are you laughing about?
Chris, I can't stop paying attention to his struggles as he tries to find a way to get a balanced sound for him in his life. He's taken me on a journey, and he just went, and I was like,
oh. I think I knew I was going to get distracted if I looked up, so I've been looking away from the camera.
I promise I was listening to you.
Oh, no, I know.
It's just, it was a fun adventure. It was like they got this new McDonald's commercial for McDonald Land Meal, and it's got Ronald McDonald Grimace, Mayor McCheese. It's got
I've seen this commercial. Yes.
It brought such joy because it took me on a journey, and that's what Chris just did organically. That was amazing.
Glad I could help.
Except his journey isn't over because either he's given up, which is a sad hero's journey. You gave up? Oh, you're going to get grounded.
None of my shit works. So I thought she was going into work today.
You better cancel them hookers. I'm sorry. Okay. Go ahead, Jordan.
No, I was just saying I love everybody they casted for the Daily Planet. I think I really enjoyed Skylar, who we know from Psych.
Little Sean.
Ladies Man, Jimmy Olsen.
Which I really enjoyed. I do want to say that one I didn't get. Like,
you didn't get it?
I understand the idea behind it.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, when he was a kid, he was cute, but as an adult, he doesn't strike me as the most fetching man that'd be pulling all this trim.
I mean, fair, but also look at us. Who are we to judge?
Well, no, that's true. And you could say psycho, or that the woman was psycho, but at the beginning of the movie, when Clark first goes into the Daily Planet, those two male girls were like,
"Oh yeah,
fine," and I'm just like, I don't see it.
Well,
okay,
that's okay. Jen definitely does. She finds him attractive. So,
hey, to each his own.
Yeah.
I'm also pretty straight, so yeah. But I find Johnny Depp pretty attractive. Well, not so much anymore, but young Johnny Depp, he was a good-looking dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably all the pirate makeup. If you want to live a life like that.
No, But I thought he did a great job in this. I think I read something that Gunn was like they're planning on doing kind of like an event, like a My Pal Jimmy Olsen kind of like mini series or something, which I think would be really cool because we might be getting like some of his like crazier, weirder stories, which I would love to see.
That would actually be kind of like. Do you guys remember? I don't know if Jordan you'll remember. Okay. But I bet you, Chris, you would. Do you remember Archie's Weird Mysteries?
I remember Archie's Weird Mysteries.
Okay.
Yeah.
It would be kind of cool if that was the way they did it.
I agree. If they did it like an animated thing, let him like voice his character, but do like a whole animated thing. I agree. I think that'll be. It would look better than trying to do it live action. And I mean, I think it would be a good idea.
All right, Chris, so what did you think about Lex?
I thought I go back and forth with Nichols Lex because I did enjoy him for the Lex that he was playing, just kind of like this jealous, irrational, just like he wasn't trying to really like hide what he was doing for the most part, except for trying to become king, but he didn't hide his hatred for Superman. And I mean, he was ruthless, and I mean, I think the creepiest thing was that sinister ass smile he did, but that to me, that was a very unhinged Lex, and for that, I really enjoyed him.
But you say you're going back and forth. You got some stuff.
I go back and forth because it's still different than the Lex that that we kind of grew up with and everything, and the ones that we've had in the past. So. I think for a second it took me a minute to like grasp like this super irrational Lex where we know Lex, he's usually pretty calm, cool and collected. He has his moments, but he's like, there's not really there's more moments where he's more unhinged in this than when he's trying to like keep his shit together, if that makes any sense. So I think that's kind of where I teeter, but ultimately I thoroughly enjoyed his Lex a lot. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to beat Michael Rosenbaum for me, but I would put him up there for sure.
Chris, do you want to say some words or will you get in trouble?
No, I can say words.
Yeah, somebody else speak. I feel like I'm just ranting or rambling.
No, you're fine. I imagine you'll have more to say once we get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
I figure we all do overall things, and then I imagine I'll bring something up that somebody won't agree with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Overall, I thought it was a 8 out of 10. It's the right level of like maturity, because like with Creature Commandos and with Peacemaker, he goes a little bit too far. That's not what I feel DC is. This is the happy medium, pretty much. This movie is, and I felt it was a good comic book movie. This is felt a comic book movie. This is what I wanted. Yeah, Henry Cavill did a better Superman, but I thought like his actions and the way he was, this was the perfect Superman. Now with Lex Luthor, you got like you said, unhinged moments, but also they've had chemistry already. I don't know how long they've had. I don't know if they said it, but it's been a while that they've been going back and forth. So
that is true. It's been.
I would feel he would be a little unhinged at this point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because he felt like he deserved all this stuff, and he worked his ass off, and then Superman just comes in and people just hand it to him. Yeah. So he's like, "This is bullshit."
And I thought the chemistry was there, and all the right pieces were there in this movie, and that's why I felt this is a really good movie.
All right, Alec, what you got?
Okay, so I agree. Probably the most comic book movie I've ever seen, next to Eric Bana's Hulk movie. All right. However, where the Hulk suffers, this movie seems to live in that spotlight, like where the Hulk, it was like, man, what? This is some campy. Nah, he's fighting dogs now? Where's the person he's supposed to fight?
Right.
this starts it off with the person he's supposed to fight is this dude that I'm almost positive is made up for the movie.
Ultraman?
No.
The
Hammer.
hammer. I think it's a real character. Actually, I think I looked him up. Yeah, I think he's an actual thing.
I did not know that.
I'll have to double check, but I feel like I looked it up because the suit looked very different, and I think it was an actual like person, but I think he just kind of altered that character for this story.
I do think that when it comes to Clark Kent versus Superman, I'd have to give it. Honestly, I would love to give it to Tom Welling, but we didn't ever actually see him as Superman except for the very last episode.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, it was a reflection off of a plane window. So I would have to give it to Chris Reeves.
Oh, for sure.
His portrayal of Clark Kent as this idiot who somehow is a journalist to... Holy crap, did he just save that woman and then tell her she's wearing pink underwear like a perv? Is amazing. Corn Sweat did something that I think felt more natural to the comic book Clark Kent versus the movie they made for Christopher Reeves. And that's when he is Clark, he is kind of, I'm out of place here, but not to the point where he can't hold his own with Lois. Right. Even though what he's doing, she's right, it's grimy. It's a little grimy. It's a gray area because, Spider-Man takes pictures of himself for money. The problem with that is Peter doesn't write the article.
Right.
Yeah. So he could take a great picture of himself and the article will come out friend or menace. Right? Like that.
Yeah. He has no control over the narrative.
He has no... Superman, on the other hand, and it becomes problematic later on, like super problematic later on. And I did not like that. But we'll get there. So his portrayal of Clark Kent and Superman, you know how I like those duologies. I had a problem with Pattinson because his Bruce was just Batman. And that's something when you watch Christian Bale, you can say what you want about Christian Bale. He had a good Bruce Wayne versus Batman dichotomy.
I do agree with you on that. I do agree.
And that is important. And I didn't even think about that until the Nightfall book. The comic that you showed us, Chris, in that picture, the breaking of the bat. When that moment happens in the novelization, Bruce pulls the mask down and he says, Bane says, I already know who you are. Why are you doing that? And he says, I am becoming. Meaning he is Batman. He's getting rid of Bruce Wayne for this, that persona. And that's, you think about the thing where Batman says in, I want to say it's Beyond, I knew it wasn't me talking because I don't call myself Bruce. He's Batman. Superman is the exact opposite. He is Clark Kent who does Superman things.
Right.
And this really, I think, did a good job of showing him, even when he is being interviewed by Lois, he leans forward. He's not Superman there. That is Clark Kent trying to defend his actions.
Yeah.
It's not because if it was Superman would have just been, I have the power. I have the responsibility. Shh, it's okay, Spider-Man. Other people do it. But that's what Superman would have been on. But no, this was Clark Kent defending himself against his girlfriend. And I enjoyed Corn Sweat's, Crypto. What the hey, dude? Like,
It's like you said, it's
non-person-
his Clark Kent side. It's the human part of him that he's developed as he's gotten older. Like you said, if it was just him as a Kryptonian alien, whatever, he would have just been like, "I did it because I could."
Yes.
Now he's like, "I'm doing it to save people."
Yes.
He's attached to these humans because he is one of them in a sense. So he wants to protect his planet.
Yeah.
And then Lex, I actually think he might be the best Lex. I think he tops Michael for me.
Okay.
I think he tops, and just by a hair.
Yeah.
But like Chris said, they've been going at this, and if you look at it from a Smallville standpoint, we do know, like, there's the storyline where Lex gives the whole town of Metropolis superpowers, and when the serum doesn't work on him, he cancels everybody's superpowers while they're flying. He's demented.
Yeah.
He's a crazy person. So to see him slip into that as the movie goes on, I like you rewatched it, and I saw the moment where they said, "This is this guy." He's talking to him now. It's just this one-off little conversation where
it's all it is.
Superman, and then he's like, "I'm gonna go grab that guy, kill him in front of him," and he's already had it planned.
Yeah,
like that was his final step, was picking the person.
Yeah.
The fact that he got the Ultraman to beat Superman using chess moves, like the 12A,
it felt more like a Mortal Kombat style to me.
He was exactly like I've always said. Lex Luthor is Batman if Batman were to be evil and decide not to be Batman.
Right.
Like if he decided to just have some prejudice, that wasn't jazz music or rock and roll
or dead parents,
he would be Lex Luthor. So all that prep time that you saw being put into that, and Lex just dominating Superman, I loved it. When he got like, there was no point in this movie where I said, this isn't Lex Luthor. Lex wouldn't do this. And I had a hard time because, like you, everything that I watch when it involves Superman is compared to Smallville. But I'm watching Talkville, and they just wrapped season 6 of Talkville not too long ago. They started season 7, but they went into the storyline that I now am like, as an older person, I'm like, oh my God, that's demented and evil. Where Lex makes Lana think that she's pregnant.
Oh,
and then has a miscarriage.
Oh yeah. That whole storyline was fucked. It was so fucked up.
That's terrible. So if I look at it from that perspective, what Lex does here, just killing some random dude and holding some baby hostage.
It matches energies to a T.
Matches.
Yeah.
And the fact that he freaks out, like Chris said, they've been going back and forth for a little bit.
You're right.
So his instability, it's not like Jesse Eisenberg, who was really just playing the Joker.
Pretty much, yeah.
I would have been interested to see what happens after the Arkham thing. I don't think he would have continued being I think he would have slipped more into the Lex we knew. But I wasn't interested in that Lex. This Lex, I want him in more stuff. This is a Joker level villain in terms of a Superman movie.
Oh yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah, he's definitely up there for me for sure. Like I'd probably put him in number 2, just right beneath Michael.
Now, let me ask, how did you guys feel about Mom Pa Kent?
I didn't
thought it was fine.
The problem with them. I personally really love them. I mean, and again, we do it because it's what we grew up on compared to Smallville, but it's very different because they're older. I mean, I guess were people just upset that they seemed I don't know the right term.
I thought they
country
were like
bumpkin,
more farm.
Country bumpkin. Well, and I mean,
they're farm folk.
They live on a big ass farm. I mean,
all right, now
I loved mushy Jonathan Kent. That really felt good to me, and yeah, I love that he was kind of the main inspiration for his son.
Yeah.
The only issue I had was with Ma.
Which seemed to be everybody's problem. I didn't have a problem with her.
It was the fact that, like, this movie takes place in modern time.
Yeah.
She's leaning at the phone like, hello, can you hear me? I understand she's older, but
I will say,
I have people around me that are as old as she is.
There are
and they know how to
some
use the
there
I
are
was
some
about to
people
say-
that still do that.
yeah, Jen's parents are a great example. I mean, they do that pretty often. Like, even if they're like holding the phone up to them, they're like speaking like real loud. Like we just talk normal, but it's
thank you.
just an older person thing.
I think it was the farmer aspect added in with that, because I live around nothing but farmers. They
Yeah.
surround me. I have normal conversations with them, and none of them seem slow. Not entirely well educated, which is okay, but I can hold a normal conversation. But if I was trying to talk to Ma Kent, I'd have some issues.
I mean, maybe it's just the way she talks.
Yeah, I think so. But
I think I heard the actress like speak at one point in time during like the red carpet event, and she does kind of sound like that.
it is what it is. That was one little issue that I had. It didn't take away. I loved Paul.
Yeah.
I thought, like you, it was it's miles above Kevin Costner's.
Oh my God.
Cool. When that stuff happened, it made me mad. I love Man of Steel, but I hated Jonathan Kent.
Yeah.
Like, because of Smallville. Jonathan, even if it meant risking his son's secret, was like, no, you got to go save those people. You can't just hang out here. You need to go. And that dude was like, yeah, you probably should just let a bus full of children drown. Like, gross, dude. You're gross. Gross. And you don't think your son is fast enough to go grab you and act like nothing happened? Come on. No faith in your child at all. So when they set him up, like when I guess they met on a mountain or something, and he has this conversation with him. I think it was Justice League that happened in the extended edition.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you guys doing? Are you trying to backtrack? Because he already let himself die.
Yeah.
And
no coming back.
Nothing that Clark is doing right now would be something he'd be proud of. Like, he'd be scared the entire time.
Right.
But this Paul was very much more Smallville-esque.
Yes. Like, I could see him doing what Jonathan did in Smallville when Clark ran off to Metropolis, which was make a deal with Jor-El, which gave him powers to bring his son back from the brink of no return.
Right.
And I could see this Jonathan Kent doing that too.
I do think I have a serious issue with Jor-El and that whole Kryptonian thing. I have a real problem with it.
Is it like the whole message thing? Because
it's the change.
It's been done before. It's not the first time we've seen it.
When it was done in Smallville, it was clarified what was meant.
To be fair, he did have an artificial version of his father to kind of communicate with. Yes. So you got kind of a bit more of an explanation. So I can understand why people are like, why?
This was just straight up Jor-El telling his son, hey, knock up a bunch of women even if they say no.
Yep. But you know what? I do think that also shows the differences in Superman and Clark Kent as a person, because you see the human side of him where he's like, I'm not like this. And again, we're not really used to Kryptonians being like that. Like, no, go knock up a bunch of people, rule the world, like whatever. Like, there are some, of course, ones that he fights that still feel that way, but you never really got that impression from his actual parents. So I can understand where that would feel very off, but I think that also just shows the big differences between Kryptonians and Superman.
But do you need that?
I do, though, especially when it came to the message of, can we trust this being? Because it's like you have people that want to, and then the second that they realize that he might be here for bad, they turn on him. And while he can still do good, if the entire planet doesn't want him, he's going to be fighting an uphill battle at all points. So I do think you do need that to kind of show people that even though you were sent here for something, that doesn't mean that's who you are. You can be who you choose to be. It's basically
just dumb.
But that's Superman.
Yeah.
Those are messages that we grew up with as kids.
I just think it was an unnecessary change. We've had Superman for nearly 90 years now.
Right.
And this is the first time we've had that kind of major shift in a main thing. Not an Elseworld or an alternate universe thing. This is a main thing. And this is the first time we've had something like this. And I don't know the boy already flies because the sun gives him powers. I don't know what else we need, why we need his parents to be gang rapey about
it's just unnecessary. Went from extinction, so I mean,
it's an unnecessary change. You want to show the difference in civilization or cultures, use technology like you always do. There is no sense in giving Superman this internal conflict in a movie that is nothing about but pure hope.
But I do think that plays into it. I do think that plays into the hope aspect because maybe he didn't, and that's okay. But for
you
me,
didn't need it.
You
didn't need it either. Chris didn't need it. Nobody needed this change. It was just something that they wanted to do.
I think they used technology. I think using humanity was a better, more emotional, had a better, more emotional impact, in my personal opinion. Maybe. It felt like something I would read in a Superman comic book as well, and I loved that. I love that humanity was the thing because that's kind of what we're going through right now. So, and Superman has always tied in to stuff that's happening in the real world.
I don't know that anybody's going around raping people because they're aliens.
Well, not because they're aliens, but it's still showing that regardless of if you are an alien, you still have humanity if you want it.
I don't know. I thought that the whole thing was stupid. I thought it was unnecessary. You could have used anything.
I mean, it was necessary for the movie because that's what set everything off.
I know it was necessary, but
I think it also paralleled really well to like Lex as well because he is human, but he is only into everything he's doing for himself.
Well, yeah.
So it does show you the darker and lighter sides of humanity as well. Yeah. And that's always been Superman and Lex Luthor, So I think that really worked for the story that we were given.
Maybe I just had a problem with it because it just felt like a different version of Dawn of Justice.
It pretty much was. I don't think we've ever gotten this kind of like.
It's not my Superman story. I don't like it.
Well, no, I liked the Superman.
No, it is a different feeling of a movie. We have not gotten anything like this before, and I do think that does kind of fuck with your head a bit because we're used to certain tones and certain things.
We got James Gunn as a director,
similar characters and similar aspects of stuff, but it's a completely different feeling, and maybe that's why I enjoyed it so much.
I don't know. It felt.
Now, can I ask what did you guys think of the Justice Gang?
Fucking awesome.
I didn't like.
What did you have problems with?
I didn't like Hawk Girl.
I feel like we didn't get too much of her for me to make an exact opinion. I feel like it was more. We got more Mr. Terrific than probably any of them, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I really enjoy his character.
Mr. Terrific is fucking terrific.
Yeah. His whole oner was so much fun. I enjoyed watching that. Guy Gardner is exactly who I thought he was going to be, just an absolute dickhead.
I can't wait till Batman punches him.
I can't either.
That's going to be one of my favorite things.
That's going to be amazing.
If you watch Peacemaker season 2, you'll get more of her.
Yeah. Which I enjoyed the little bit that we got of her in that first episode.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like that entire thing, and even James Gunn said it's a weird thing that he had set up, and part of me feels like he wasn't expecting it because when he started Peacemaker, it wasn't I don't think he was in talks at the time to start everything over yet.
No, I don't. When did the first season come out? Was it like 2021, 22?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you still had like the possibility of Cavill. You still had, Ezra Miller and all that. So it's interesting. You have that. You have the Suicide Squad, which he says both of those are canon.
Mhm.
And yet Suicide Squad, I believe, has... Am I wrong? Does it not have Batman in it at all?
No,
No,
it doesn't.
Or wait, no, the first one did because Harley hits her head, and when Joker put her in the car, and so Batman saves her. So yeah, he's in it for a second. Yeah.
So is he going to? I mean, he scrubbed the Justice League from season 1.
He did. I'm thinking what's going to happen is he's just going to kind of rewrite it in a sense. Like he's going to take certain aspects from that universe and bring him over because I know he still wants Idris Elba to play Bloodsport, and there was somebody else I can't remember. But yeah, it's going to take him a minute, I think, to unwind these or unravel these storylines because it is getting confusing again, and I think that's
a problem DC always has.
It is. I think Gunn is trying to undo it. I personally don't see why we couldn't have just gotten a full-on reboot, but I think at the same time he wants certain aspects of that universe to carry over, like Peacemaker. So I think he's.
So the question then becomes: Is he going to have Margot Robbie? Is he?
No, Margot Robbie's done. Sure. I heard she's done.
Well, how does that even make sense then?
I have no idea. I think probably because he's going to change the whole Batman story to begin with. So
I heard someone say that they said as many times as he has denied that Matt Reeves' Batman is the Batman, they said, I think it's very possible because he's been reading the script.
It's going back and forth. They've been saying like he's going with Matt Reeves, but then he's also saying he's getting a whole new Batman.
Yeah.
He also said that Batman was the hardest one for him to crack, and I get it. You're a dude that likes jokes.
Yeah.
You like jokes in your movies, and that's fine. Scooby-Doo is great.
Batman's not the place for it.
Batman is not Nightwing's the place for it. You do a
Nightwing is the place for it.
You got yourself.
Yeah, like I said, there needs to be a balance. Like the jokes and stuff. This is the balance.
Yeah.
But Batman is the serious. It needs to come in. And needs to be like.
Well, and Gunn said something not too long ago that I really enjoyed hearing because it was that he intended on making each movie its own tone. Because that's how DC Comics are. You pick up a Batman comic, you're expecting dark, gritty shit. You pick up a Superman comic, you're expecting light. You're expecting like the sun over Metropolis, like that whole deal. So I like that he's going into each project knowing it's going to be its own tone and kind of setting. And so I'm really hoping that I think you're right. Batman is going to be the hardest one to crack because he likes making those jokes. So I think if he does lean into the Matt Reeves thing, that might not be too terrible of an idea because it is a pretty dark, gritty ass setting.
I think he said Alan Richardson. I think he was in talks with.
Reacher.
I think so.
Oh, dude, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
that would be the scariest. You'd have to get someone that is.
Yeah,
that dude is huge.
That would be amazing.
I wouldn't be against that.
Talk about an attractive man.
Because again, he was Aquaman, so it's gonna be hard to because I'm sure they're gonna have to dye his hair and shit.
Oh no, you don't have to dye his hair. Just turn it brown. That's all. Just make him look a little more like balls. Just make him look a little more like Adam West.
Okay.
A little less like Christian Bale and Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
He can have brown hair. His eyes are blue, so that'll offset it.
Yeah, that'll offset.
And his body is just ginormously muscled.
He's a big fucking dude.
What I think would be great, because I think James Gunn has said he wants the blue and gray costume for this movie.
Good.
Which means it will be a lighter tone because Batman was using that in the late 80s Actually, just the 80s, and
80s,
then
yeah.
he still had the blue and gray, but it got a little darker in the 90s.
As time went on.
But so you have this idea that he could write a lighter Batman story that is still darker because it's still Batman.
And you could throw in some jokes with those because I mean I'm
Alfred.
thinking of like the crossovers like Batman and Robin and Scooby Doo and shit like that. And I feel like you could write that Batman in this universe. And honestly, I don't know that we've gotten that in a live action version before, other than Adam West.
I don't now see. I don't need. I think everyone that's going to make a joke needs to be around Batman. Batman needs to not make he. I don't even want to see Batman laugh. Bruce can laugh. Batman does not ever have a smile under that mask unless he is beating the crap out of someone. That's the only time.
I was going to mention something to you because
when he kills the Joker, he has a smile. But...
yeah, that's literally the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
I was going to say something that just made me think about it. When we were at Craig's shop yesterday, he pulled out a comic that a buddy of him gave. It was a Batman comic. It's definitely one from like I think it said 95, and it had Nightwing in it. And I was like looking at it, I was like, I don't remember Dick Grayson ever having a mullet.
Oh yeah. But when he first started as Nightwing, he had a mullet.
I was like, this is the craziest look for Dick Grayson I've ever seen in my life. It looked
like
good.
He had a bunch of fringe, a bunch of drip, like he was some sort of Native American.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's insane the transition of Nightwing to the skin tight suit to you go back. Wait, what is Navajo Joe doing out here with his outfit? It's just ridiculous and so fun.
It was just such a cool thing to see because I was like, it took me a second to realize that was him. But yeah, you mentioned Nightwing, and I was like, oh yeah, I meant to say something to you about that.
In the Nightfall story, or just after the Nightfall story, Batman's still not fully healed up, so he has Dick Grayson be Batman for the first time. It's the first time they switch it like that, and when he pulls off the cowl and the ponytail comes out, I'm like, whoa! Calm down, sir. Calm down. That's insane.
I think I'd like to see that live action. Yeah. I think that would be hilarious.
It would be great. See, that's the thing. DC with James Gunn, you could have a Batman that tells jokes if you start the Batman with Dick Grayson and Bruce Wayne's already dead.
Ooh, I would love that. I think that would be so much fun.
That would be really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't want him to be as jokey as he would be for Nightwing because it wouldn't feel right.
Right.
But just on certain moments where, like, you know, he's by himself or something, and he's like, idiot, or something like that. You know, just something that
I do think. Yes. I do think that's what we were missing with the Titan show with that Dick Grayson.
Yeah, he was
already very serious all the time.
And I like the Titan show, but there is a difference. When I read Dick Grayson, he's tragic, but like most comedians, he turns his tragedy into jokes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I enjoy that. And I think that's the reason the Joker hates Nightwing and that version of Robin the most, is because he could never get under his skin because he was always already laughing. He was already having a good time.
Right.
And Joker never got to ruin that for him. So I would be very interested in seeing, the Black, what is it? It's called the Black Mirror story arc, where Dick Grayson goes up against the Court of Owls.
Oh, okay.
And that storyline would be amazing to start Batman with because it's dark, but it's still Dick Grayson. You can still tell some jokes.
Yeah. To
a certain point. And what you do is you pull out the death of Batman unless they're doing Batwoman, but I really hope they don't because she's not that interesting.
I doubt that. I think it's dead and buried.
Good. because her character is just not that interesting. There's too many bats in the hall anyway. And if you were gonna do a story on a bat female character that isn't Batgirl, Cassandra Cain, she can't talk. Like she has no communication skills whatsoever. Her father taught her to fight as communication.
Right.
That's an interesting bat person. You know, I'd be interested in seeing that, but you could the Black Mirror arc is probably one of the best Dick Grayson storylines I think I have read in a long time.
Okay.
And that would be an interesting way to start the Batman mythos for this DC.
I agree. I feel like he's going to do something really cool with this one. I mean, I was curious as to how we were going to set up Superman, and I enjoyed that we were already a few years into it. Like you said, they'd already been doing this dance for a while. So I thought that was really cool.
The question is, did Superman know they were doing the dance? Or was Lex always, was this like the first time he's figured out Lex is the bad guy? Like he knows Lex isn't cool.
Right.
But is this the first time he's actually looked at Lex and been like, "Oh, dude, how much of this have I already fought?"
I don't think this is the first time.
Nah, he seems to kind of already like feel like a lot of it is probably connected to Lex, definitely in a sense. And I mean, he knew exactly where to go when Crypto was taken. So I feel like they've definitely done this at least a couple times before.
Yeah.
That was also really I did enjoy that scene. It was the most petty I've ever seen Lex be. He took Superman's dog, and it was like, what dog are you talking? We don't have any dog.
Lex thought he could outrun Superman.
Oh man!
Oh, that was
that scene was amazing.
That entire scene and monologue, I really loved. And again, just seeing unhinged Lex was really cool. What do you call him, a piece of shit alien or something?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. it was the craziest fucking thing. I enjoyed Crypto a lot in this too. I love that he was just this nuisance for Superman. I actually really love the setup that they did for Supergirl for this. Because and I haven't started reading it yet. I wish I had started sooner because I bought the Woman of Tomorrow graphic novel that her movie's gonna be based off of. I just haven't gotten around to fully reading it yet. But I heard that it's like 100% comparable to that storyline.
That's the thing with James Gunn is I'm excited. I was excited to see his start. Blue Beetle was all right. The Superman movie, it was the most comic book movie I had seen up to that point. Mm-hmm. And I enjoyed it for what it was. I'm not going to say it was the most amazing Superman movie I've seen because honestly, I think I would have to give it to Reeves, the very first one. I don't think you ever forget. And if we include TV shows, I do like Smallville a little bit more. Not because of acting or anything, Chris, just because
no, I know it's the lore behind it.
Yes, it's the story behind it. I love the story.
It's like the new Mortal Kombat. It's the lore is good, the acting.
Who cares about the acting when you're getting a good story, man?
I mean, that's true.
Why people watch
that's why I've watched it like 10, 15 times. But
I need to watch the first one again before. When's the second one come
out? November, I think.
Okay. With Carl Urban.
Oh yeah.
He actually looks decent as Johnny Cage.
He doesn't look bad. He was the thing that I saw that made me kind of excited for the second one because I don't remember liking the first one all that much.
That's because you're gay. That's what it is. And that's not a slur. He actually is at least a little bit. It's okay.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to have to edit this out.
Clocking the time. No, it's fine.
But no,
I'd like to give it another watch at some point. Hi. What's up, little dude? Hi.
Oh.
Is that your jump?
Yes, he asked if you wanted to see his high jump. All right,
sure.
Here. Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't showing them. Go ahead.
Yeah.
There you
That
go.
was really high, dude.
Haha. All right, bud. Don't put your foot in the toilet. Okay, go on. Go about your life. I'll be out in a little bit. We're almost done. We'll just give it a second. It'll stop singing.
He'll stop kicking in a minute.
Anyway, so and I know it's not quite. I had a problem with Bizarro. I did have a problem with Bizarro, only because.
It took me a second to understand what you were talking
Yeah,
about.
no.
Okay,
I know they called him Ultraman, but we all know what he was supposed to be.
I know. Well, and yeah, I even told Jen in the theater when they said the fucking name, I was like, "There's only like one of two ways you can go with this."
Yeah, either he's. Oh no, I've pressed the button again.
Oh no.
Either he's the Superman from an alternate universe and is actually Ultraman, or he's Bizarro.
A clone. Yeah.
Who some of his sometimes he's an alternate universe dude. Okay, no, go. Sometimes he's an alternate universe dude, and sometimes he's, made by Lex Luthor.
Right.
And so I didn't have a problem with that. He didn't look wrong. Like, I know he had a wonky eye, but he didn't look wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Maybe he will the next time.
I was going to say, maybe it's just like early stages, because even when he fought Bizarro in Superman and Lois, he looked fucking crazy pretty soon, but I feel like he looked normal for a short period of time.
Well, that was only because you're talking about the new show, right?
The show, yeah.
That's only because he was doing kryptonite as a drug, and it changed him.
Right.
So when he came over to that Superman's universe, he was already jacked up.
Right. Well, that's true. Well, he did send him to some other like parallel universe or the Phantom Zone or something, didn't he? At the end of this movie, I'm trying to remember. He didn't like full on kill him.
That's what I mean.
He threw him into a black hole,
like a black hole or something. So
Yeah.
I'm
he's
curious
gonna be really messed up when he gets out.
Maybe
If
the black
he gets
hole
out.
just rips him apart
If he
or
gets
something
out.
in a sense.
It would be cool for him to get out, but see, the thing is, so sorry. They could do a Legion of Doom. If Bizarro gets out, he's not going to have any hard feelings against Lex.
No.
He's going to hate. They could do a Legion of Doom movie.
Which is what they were trying to set up in the DCEU, but they were failing at it. So this is actually a really good way of doing that. You're right.
Could be. And you're right. If he gets out of the black hole, he's going to have to look messed up.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that what they do is they incorporate both origin stories, so that he's first made by Lex. That black hole sends him out to an alternate universe. He comes back. He can't speak so good.
No.
And everything is opposite, like it was before, or not like it was before, but you know what I mean. Like the comics had.
Yeah. Because he didn't. I don't think he said a word in this. He just screamed a bunch.
Well, he did talk at the beginning of the movie, which I thought was interesting. They had him talking at the beginning of the movie, and then they just stopped
in the armor or whatever hammer.
Yeah. So part of me thinks that maybe they had a plan for him, and then went a different direction as they wrote the movie.
Maybe
because you're right. He doesn't talk the rest of the movie, but he does say, because it is David Cornsweat, which, dude, your name, Cornsweat. That's so
perfect
weird.
Name for a farm boy.
Yes,
it's true.
It's perfect name for a farm boy.
True.
But you have this. He does talk, and he answers Lex when Lex says, "That's all I need." He says, "All right." Like, it's a very casual answer. So there's something behind that head. But then he's just the rest of the movie. So I'm guessing they had a plan for Bizarro, or maybe even the actual Hammer of Bavaria, and then decided, boom, 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 we have too much stuff in this movie, let's condense it.
Yeah.
Entirely possible.
Sometimes condensing feels good.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I think I'm with Chris. I think I give it an 8. I enjoyed it. I had some problems with some stuff, but it's not stuff that I can't get past. Like,
yeah,
I didn't like Ma. I did like Pa.
Right.
You know?
Entirely fair.
Hammer of Bavaria is made for the 2025 movie.
Okay, so it's
is it? Okay. Then maybe I looked at the wrong thing, or I looked at something else and confused it for that. But yeah, okay.
There was in Titans, not Titans. What's the one that they released? It's a cartoon, and I love it. I can't remember what it's called, but it's Young Justice. Yes, Young Justice. They had a similar character, but he was made of molten rock, and he was the prince of.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
The Prince of Bavaria, or where this place is?
I know what you're talking about.
Wallachia or whatever.
I can't.
Latvia.
It's been a long time since I've watched that show.
But so that's what I was getting it mixed up with. I thought it was a version of that character.
Oh, that's fair.
Which is why the laser eyes didn't clue me in immediately, because I was like, oh, that must be his fire coming out of his face. Like, I was like, oh. And then
Geoforce.
and I was like, I'm dumb.
His name is Geoforce.
Yes, Geoforce. So that's, I thought it was a very solid movie. I was excited. I will watch it again. I don't know. I think David Cornsweet needs a little more time with the character to get to know him, so that they can feel, because parts of it were feeling a little more, this is on the page, so this is what I say, versus this is what the character would say, if that makes sense. It wasn't.
I can see a little bit of that. I don't know if you've watched any of like the behind the scenes stuff that they've done, but like that whole like monologue that he gives to Lex and everything, like I think they had something else written down, because there's a whole video of David and James kind of getting into like this argument about like that very thing.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I don't understand why he's saying this or why he's doing this. Like, I feel like if this is the message, this is how it should be said. And it was actually a really cool conversation, because it came out exactly the way that Gunn wanted it to, and it came out in a way that David felt good about it. So I do feel like he does think about these things before he says them, but I can see in certain instances where you could feel like it is just part of the script. And I think part of it too is us just getting acquainted with this.
I think a big part of it is not only us getting acquainted with it, but him getting acquainted with it.
It is, because we can feel a certain way about just kind of being thrown into it. Like, you get like the explanations, which is fine, and I don't feel like we needed a whole origin story because we know it. But I do think it does take you a minute to understand that you're being thrown into something, and in a very real way, that's exactly what's happening to him. He's playing this character that's apparently been around in this universe for 3 years. So he has to kind of adjust as well. So I feel like by the time we see another, even a cameo, I feel like he'll have a better feeling of the character, and it'll feel more like that.
But when you think about Superman, we haven't even mentioned Tim Daly, the voice of the Superman cartoon. And that Superman was exactly, I think, what David Cornsweet was going for.
I agree, 100%. It felt like Superman from like the old animated cartoons.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I want Superman to feel like. No offense to Man of Steel, but Man of Steel didn't have that. There was a point where you've got great power comes great responsibility. You've got the pearl necklace for Batman. For Superman, you have Jor-El's message. Like even if you don't, you have that message is always everybody. You know, Marlon Brando had it, Tom Welling had it, the animated had it. You have that thing.
Yeah.
That thing that makes the character, like you say it, this is the character. And that hopefulness, but also sternness that Superman had, that David Cornsweet had when he was talking to Lex there at the end. That's exactly what you want. And that's, I mean, you talk about things influencing you or actors talk about things influencing them. You know, Nicholas Hoult said that Michael Rosenbaum had influenced his portrayal, you know, all that. I still get upset when no one recognizes the 90s Spider-Man in things and don't put him in stuff. Like, his voice was my Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I know a lot of people have Drake Bell, and that's fine and good, but they don't have that thing, you know?
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
So for this movie to have that thing without the voice was monumental for me, and I'm excited to see what else comes out of it, as long as they don't do any more messages from Krypton. I
think that was just for this. I think that was just to
It just threw me, and it's because of what I grew up with. I know we are dealing with something a little bit different. I understand it's like a little different universe type thing.
Yeah.
But the message is like that whole Marlon Brando, they are weak, but you can help them, my son, and all that, you know, stop them from doing our mistake of nuclear war, which is still a big deal. Still dangerous, you know, something we could do. It's just one of those things where I had it, but I'm gonna get past it. I mean, I clearly liked the movie. It was a really good movie.
Oh yeah, no, I think when I came out of it the first time, I think I had it at like a 9.5. I think the second time I would rate it a 10. I don't have very many qualms with it. I agree with you that it's very hard to top the Christopher Reeves movies, and I don't say that this does. I'd say that it's almost on about the same tier. I have really not many problems with it, honestly. I thoroughly loved it. I came out of it a lot happier than I was expecting, because you go into these DC movies, you don't really know what to expect.
You're not looking for good things.
You're not looking for, and I'm just like, all right, it's a Superman movie. I know James Gunn and the shit he's done. I think it's going to be fun at the very least.
I was going in wanting to hate it.
What's that?
He was going in wanting to hate it.
Oh, and I feel like a lot of people did, and I feel like there are people that are upset that they came out of it happy about it.
Oh, I told Sarah,
it has to be such a weird feeling because I don't understand it, but I came out of it feeling very happy, and the second time even happier. So I can't wait to fucking buy it on DVD.
I was glad that it didn't suck, because we had talked about, you know, when James Gunn first was announced as the person, I had said I was excited to see what he was doing. And then I saw some stuff from what he was doing, and I was like, I don't like this very much. And then I saw people get mad at things that they shouldn't get mad at. Like, why does it hurt him to heal? Because healing hurts, man.
Yeah.
And, like, we don't know. They just said his entire body has been fractured.
Yeah.
Popping that stuff back into place ain't gonna feel great.
No.
And
I mean, you can do that with the live action stuff. I mean, I guess in cartoon you could still, but I guess for kids' sake,
it doesn't. It also shows that people don't know the comic book rules, even people that say they do. Because if you did, I've seen so many people say the Superman is weak. Yeah, he's not the prime Superman. He's not the prime universe Superman. You want the strongest Superman, go to Superboy Prime. That's who you want to watch. That's who you want to read about. Nothing hurts him. He's the strongest that's ever been. And that's how these things work. They cannot make this Superman the most powerful in the world. They
No.
came real close to having a problem in terms of that with Cavill when Steppenwolf brought that axe down and it did nothing because that shouldn't have happened. Steppenwolf can fight him.
Yeah. It should have done
And
something.
He's got magic. Like that was a problem for me.
No, it was for me too because I was like, "There's no fucking way in hell." Like, and we've watched Superman get his ass kicked before, like in all kinds of past shit. So it makes no sense to already just make him a god tier.
Back from the dead. He came back from the dead.
He did
before that axe hit.
Yes, he did.
And dude, I'm sorry, Steppenwolf has some power behind it. I know he's not Doomsday, but
they nerfed the fuck out of Steppenwolf in that. I had a huge problem with that.
But I will say, I in terms of nerfing, they did not nerf Bizarro. He was just as strong as Superman. And that is an important distinction.
Agreed.
I loved it. I thought it was a fun movie. I'm excited to see what the rest is going on, or what the rest will be. Trepidations about Batman, but to be fair, he's trepidatious about Batman. So I think we're in the same boat.
I think, and to know that, I think gives you a sense of relief because you know he's really thinking about it.
He's taking it seriously. It's not just like I can throw this movie together. Because there are, like, I had some issues. He said The Flash was the best movie he had seen. And I'm like, dude, did you not see The Flash? So I was a little concerned about that. Because, like, it was fun.
Yeah.
Until you found out they were going to kill. I didn't. If I had known they were going to kill Michael Keaton's Batman, I wouldn't have watched.
That fucking threw me. I was not expecting that.
I was mad. And then they're like, and here's George Clooney. I was like, no.
Nicolas Cage's Superman.
Well, see, but that would have been fun. I think
honestly, that was probably my favorite thing about that whole movie.
I wish he would have had lines.
I thought that was
heard
cool.
What it was going to be.
Yeah.
Lois, I don't think we can do this.
I still want that movie. I think.
Yeah, we need that movie. Chris, don't badmouth.
I mean, you're getting Spider-Man Noir, so.
I am getting Spider-Man Noir.
That is true.
Excited for
I am very excited about that.
So excited for that.
That's
not only am I getting Spider-Man Noir, but I'm also getting Ghost Rider Doomsday. Yeah, that's right. He's coming back.
I hate Nicolas Cage so much.
Dude,
I love that, man. I love the crazy shit he's doing.
I was not a giant fan of Nicolas Cage. I've liked a couple of his movies, but that has more to do with the movie rather than him.
Yeah, than him.
But the one movie where he plays himself,
Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Yes, cracks me.
Dude, that movie's so good. It's so good. I just love the unhinged shit he's been doing lately. It's just the weird off the wall shit. He can do that stuff now. Or even if you go back and watch like The Weatherman, I fucking love that movie.
Do you not remember when the interview that Seth Rogen gave where he went over to Nicolas Cage's house to have him audition for a movie that he was doing? And Nicolas Cage jumped right into a Jamaican accent, and he said, "This character's not even Jamaican."
No, I have not seen that.
That's great. So Nicolas Cage is one of those people where you wonder how they got into act. Like, how did you get noticed? And then you have stuff like The Weatherman or The Color Purple. The Color Out of Space.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Where he is, and Legs. I don't know if you guys saw Legs.
I haven't yet.
Dude.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
It's creepy. So I think Nicolas Cage just needed to wait for the world to join him in his insanity before because before you're like, what is this Jim Carrey knockoff doing here? And then bam, you're like, oh, we just needed to be as insane as him.
Yeah.
And there you are. There you have it.
Yeah. It's true.
Oof. Oh, man.
Overall, great movie. I can't wait for more. I'm just excited to see what he does.
Me too.
Yeah. So that was Superman. You guys have anything before we sign off here?
No. Oh wait, I do. I do have one thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna plug Ghosted, but only because I'm really proud of the episode we just did. I want our listeners to go watch it on YouTube. Ghosted in West Virginia. Look for a cowboy, a dude that looks like Eugene Levy in a animal catcher suit, and a ghost. And then click that profile and click the episode that says bunking with a demon, because I made so many nerd references in there, and I want everybody. I spliced the video together myself, edited it, and I'm proud. So I want everybody to go check that out. But after that, I have nothing.
Got you. Yeah, we'll make sure we. I'll have you send me a link, and we'll post in the description for this episode so people can just click it and go. Yeah. Chris, you got anything, bud?
I'm good.
Good.
Are you still doing your movie thing?
What movie thing?
Your horror movie podcast. You're watching movies and talking about them.
The Killer Queen thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna be starting that up relatively soon because we try to because especially now the Gen schedule is so fucking crazy with like school and stuff. We're gonna try and just do the last like few months of the year. Try to do like a couple episodes a month or whatever. That's what we did last year. I think we just missed the end of December. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, we're gonna try to kick that up again if she feels like she's got the time.
Have you watched Bring Her Back yet?
Not yet. I think it just hit streaming. Yeah.
Watch it.
Watch it.
It's creepy. Watch it.
It's creepy?
Good. It's a good movie.
Okay. So she just showed me the remake for Salem's Lot the other day.
It's all right.
I enjoyed it. We were talking with a friend about it yesterday. He didn't really care for it too much. But for me, like I enjoyed I really enjoyed the cinematography, honestly, and the color schemes and shit. Like that was really cool. I think our friend said something yesterday that really made me think, especially after watching Sinners, which I liked. He's like, it felt too clean for like movies set in certain times and everything. Like it just felt like too crisp and clean. Whereas like, you look at a movie like Sinners that's set in a certain time period, it shouldn't feel like that. And that's kind of how he felt about Salem's Lot. He's also, to be fair, I've also never seen the first one. Neither has Jen. So we had nothing.
You have the original, which I think was done in the 70s, maybe the 80s, and then you have the Rob Lowe remake.
Oh, the Rob Lowe remake.
Yeah, which I think was done either late 90s, early 2000s. It was done for TV.
Okay.
And then you have the Amazon Prime one.
Yeah, which is I think the one she showed me, the one with Lewis Pullman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Enjoy that. What's up, dude? But yeah, I definitely want to give that a watch. We definitely have quite a few movies that we want to see. So
he wants to show you his shirt.
Okay. What is it? Sublime. Oh, that's cool. You like Sublime?
Uh-huh.
Nice. Well, good. Your dad's showing you good music.
Go on. All right, guys.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for listening. Thank you guys for having the time to get together and doing this. Yeah, it's fun. I'm actually surprised you guys enjoyed the movie as much as you did.
We are too.
They're all waiting for us to just like tear into each other, and it was actually a pretty nice conversation.
Yeah.
Minus the raving.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening. Follow us on all the things. I don't think we really have much of anything except for our Libsyn account. So yeah, those Not So Super Dudes.
We should probably fix that.
What's that?
We should probably fix that.
Yeah, we probably should.
We have YouTube.
I don't think we have a YouTube, or maybe we do have a YouTube.
We definitely have
we
a
got
YouTube.
kind of a YouTube.
We
Wait,
have
we
a
don't have the Eagle anymore.
The Eagle.
106.9 The Eagle.
We are still apparently part of that network. Just nobody has gotten back to me. So
Fair.
Well,
nobody's
join our YouTube, and you can find. Did you record this video? Because they can watch it there too.
That is true, and I will be recording the video. We just have to, Chris. I think you have access to the YouTube, so I'll probably just need the information.
Okay.
And he's like, I don't know what you're talking
Like, I
about.
don't remember it.
I gotta fiddle around with it, but yeah.
All right, guys. We will talk to you soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Me.